Hello, my wonderful Capricorns. Welcome to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth. I am your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader, and this, my darlings, is your, or our, as I'm a Capricorn, reading for the time between December and into January 2020, if you can believe that. This is your Sun, Moon, and Stars reading. So we look at 3 different areas of our lives. The first row is our sun, which is our divine masculine, which looks at our actions and experiences in the month of December. The second row is going to be our moon, or our divine feminine section of the reading, and that's going to look at what's going on for you or for us beneath the surface, our emotions, and what's hidden from us. And thirdly is the third section of the reading is our stars section, which relates really to our rising sign, if you will, and that is where you are headed. So that's January or beyond. Okay, so we are going to get started. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more shuffling for you. Do you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to do my little I used to do that before I turned the camera on. I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera, and then we'll get started on our reading. Okay, card. There's the clarifying card here, so I don't know quite yet where this goes, but I'll know when we need to look at it. So I'll leave that there. The card at the base of our reading, darlings, is the 4 of Wands. Hallelujah, Capricorn. Hallelujah. Card at the base of the reading is our overall perspective or energy for this time period, okay? And that's a 4 of Wands, otherwise known as the marriage card, which is lovely. But it's about a recognition, a feeling of security, and understand a recognition of what's needed for you to feel secure, and a real contentment really with this card. There's a beautiful unity with this card actually. Number 4 generally relates to our 4th chakra, which is I love, okay, and it's related to our heart chakra, and this is why obviously the 4 of Wands, because Wands is about our energy, our life force, our chi, or our ki, as in Key Wisdom Tarot, and it is about the things that give us that stability that help us to feel love, help us to feel secure, help us to feel supported. So that's how we're going to be feeling, thankfully, over this time period. I feel it now, Capricorn. I feel it now. But you know, even in my life, I feel it now. So that's beautiful. So let's have a look then, my darlings, at the first part of our reading, which is our divine masculine, or the sun, our actions, our experiences in the month of December. So let's have a look at these first of all. It's been a long time, I know, since I've seen you. Welcome to those new watchers to our channel, and welcome back to those people that I've not seen for a long time. It's really good to be here. Now you have whoa, look at those cards, guys. So we've got, for our first row, for our actions cards, we've got the Emperor, the Tower, the Wheel of Fortune, and the 9 of Cups. Whew, this is a lot of major. I think this is the most major arcanas I've seen all day, actually. I've not seen as many I think I've seen one or two actually in other readings, so it's nice to see in the first row here. Lots of huge change coming up for us, guys, and it's about blooming time, isn't it? I mean, what a year it's been. What a year. I'm going to start with the reading and we'll crack on as we go. This card here might be coming out soon, actually. Okay, so we've got the Emperor first of all. Now, fours, the second four we've got, yes, are related to our fourth chakra, our heart chakra. They're related to our foundations and our roots and where we're from, and our security, and our family, and the traditions in our lives, if you will, the things that make us who we are. And the Emperor is the boss of the things that make us who we are. And actually, the year 2020 is number 4. Obviously, you can add that up. It's very simple in numerological terms. So really, 2020, actually, as we enter it, and the whole of next year, you're going to be bossing it. We're going to be bossing it next year. I already knew that and felt that anyway. And it's nice to see that we get to December and we have that energy right at the beginning of our reading. The Emperor is really about the security in our lives and us being certain about who we are, about what we want, and about the direction that we want to go in. The Emperor's been on a very long journey. You know, we have been on a very long journey this year. It's been filled with insecurity. It's been filled with passion. It's been filled with intensity this year. But that's the journey that the Emperor walks. If you notice, there's all this imagery in the background, and it's not just to make it look pretty. This is the mountains that we've climbed. You know, we are the Capricorn, we are the mountain goat, and we've climbed a huge amount of, we've overcome a lot this year personally, in our lives, in our identities, with our self-worth, with our perspective about ourselves, as the Emperor does. And that's why we are in control. So there's an energy and element of feeling in control this month, or as the year ends. There's an energy of us feeling in control of our destiny, in control of the actions that we want to take, and knowing the directions that we want to move in as we go forward. We next have the Tower card. Now, even though we're not looking at the moon card yet, we're not looking at the moon section yet, this card links to the Tower. These two cards here link to this Tower energy here. Maybe that one, not yet. Okay, so we've got the Tower. Now, you know, those people that watch your Key Wisdom Tarot and follow me avidly know that I love this card, because this is the card that blessed me to actually start my YouTube channel in the first place. Okay, I had a Tower moment, an event, a sudden event that was the catalyst, if you will, to change my job, to leave my job as an English teacher, and to come into, you know, reading tarot and working for myself and working for you guys. The Tower is a sudden, unexpected event. Okay, and that's because that's necessary, an intervention, a divine intervention that's necessary in our lives in order that we can rebuild in a new structure and a new foundation that is right and healthy for us and for where we want to go and for where we want to be. There's definitely change coming. Now, the Tower can be anything. The Tower feels, to experience energetically, actually feels very similar to me to the Ace of Cups and the Ace of Wands. It's that type of energy. It's a similar type of energy as that for me. This is the life that we build. This is a life that we've built. The Tower. It represents a life that we've built, or an aspect of our lives that is secure, or that's seemingly secure. And then something happens. Divine intervention comes in and strikes at this Tower, because even though we thought that it was good where we were, it wasn't appropriate and right for us and for where we should be. And that's what this energy represents, a sudden event that's going to happen. I do feel like I want to pull this card out now for more information. There you go, the Sun card. So this is the thing, it's something that's good, that's positive. The Tower is always positive. It's always it depends how you perceive, but this is saying that it's very positive. You know, this is the Sun section and we get the Sun. This is the first time this has happened, so it's beautiful to see it. This is showing that whatever is going to come in December is going to be a shock to the system, but it's definitely something that we are wanting. It can be related to the Sun is our third chakra, the solar plexus here, which is I can and I do. This is us feeling comfortable being who we are, showing ourselves to the world, and it brings a huge amount of change. It really shows that you are being a lot more, something that happens that encourages us to be open, that encourages us to be more ourselves, that encourages us to show the world what we've learnt this year. Something, that's what happens, and it's a beautiful thing. It might just be that you showing who you are in the world is in itself the tower moment, if that makes sense. You know, you being more truthful, more honest with the people that are around you, the people that watch my the YouTube channel, if you've got one, or do you know what I mean? It's that type of energy. What a beautiful start to our reading. This is I'm not being biased, literally this is the best reading so far by a country mile. It's very positive energies that we've got coming through. The next card here we've got is the Wheel of Fortune, number 10. Okay, so number 1, this is new beginnings, new starts, change in fortune, shifts of energy. It could be that there's interesting, a return. For some people, a return to something, you know, a blast from the past, a person that you've not spoken to, for example, a significant shift in a situation. So for me, that could be, for example, I've not been on YouTube for ages and ages and ages. So this might be like, for me, for example, this could be like, suddenly everything just goes amazing. Like I've been out of action, MIA for a couple of months. This could be like, for me, this could be this change, this shift, this tower, this sun card could be, you know, reaching out to new people seeing my work, and that really being a real driver for my channel, for my life, if that makes sense. There's a real sense with this energy of new fortune, new opportunities, new beginnings, supportive and strengthened beginnings, supported by the universe. Now I'm speaking quite quickly, and I understand that, but I'm hearing a lot of information. There's a specific, listen, you might, this is literally like, if you play the lottery, I don't play the lottery, I don't want to win the lottery, I honestly don't, but this is, if you, for example, play the lottery or whatever, this could be you winning the lottery. Now, not winning hundreds of millions of pounds, but you know, it's actually a supported good fortune. And by supported, I mean supported by the universe. Good fortune supported by the universe. That's what's coming for us in December. Wow. And it seems to be on the back of the work that you've been doing already, that you've been doing this year with the Emperor. It tells us that this good fortune that's coming in, potentially that's a wish fulfillment that you've had, it's as if, it's not as if, it's happening. There's a huge amount of good fortune coming toward us in December, actually, a huge amount of good fortune. And it's the right time for it to happen. It's timely, and it's a right time for it to happen. I'm intrigued to see these two cards, because these cards link to the Tower and the Sun here. So that's why I've put that there, so I don't forget. There's a huge supported good fortune, supported by the universe. Good fortune supported by the universe. That's the message that's coming through. Good fortune that's supported by the universe, and that's supported by the work that you have actively done on yourself this year, on yourself spiritually, on yourself in your life, on your work life, in whatever ways you've been working this year. And you know where your energy's gone. You know where your energy's been going. Yeah, you know where your energy's been focused this year. Well, on the back of that energy that you've been inputting, whatever area of your life it's been, whether it's been self-worth, whether it's been mental health, whether it's been physical health, whether it's been work, whether it's been relationships, whatever it's been for you, you're gonna get a reward. It's like a reward is coming from the universe for all the hard work you've done so far this year. Well done. Yes! Okay. And we've got the Nine of Cups just at the end here. So this is, again, the thing, experiences, actions and experiences in December. This is what it relates to. So this is us acting on our... Hang on a second, sorry. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Working with a gift. This is like my own personal reading, this. It's working with a gift. It's as if you get something and you work with it and you expand it and you grow it. You get something and you work with it, expand it and grow it. Now, for some of you, it's interesting. She doesn't watch my YouTube vid channels, to be fair, my sister. I've got a twin sister. So obviously she's a Capricorn too, and she is married and she's got one child. But I know that they're going to have another child. I've already told her that. It'll be I think it's going to be a girl. Anyway, so this could be, this gift, this could be, for example, getting pregnant. This could be for my sister. She might get pregnant. It might be, I don't think they're planning it this year, to be fair, but it could be that type of thing. So she gets this gift and she grows it. Does that make sense? For me as an individual, it could be that, I don't know, another YouTuber reaches out and they say, Ruth, let's do some work together, and I take the opportunity and we grow that. Does that make sense? So it could be for you, for example, it could be you meeting a new person, a new partner, you getting offered a new job, and you grow the opportunity. What's coming towards you is quite unexpected, actually. It's not what you expect, and it's going to be good. It's going to be good. Whatever it is that's coming toward us in this month is going to be a really positive addition to your life, and you're going to take that forward. That's going to be a really important path for you, for us going forward as we navigate into 2020. Okay, so let's have a look at the moon. Okay, so this is important. So this is what's going on beneath the surface, our emotional world, our intuition, and what might be hidden from our conscious minds. Okay, so we've got the High Priestess, right on cue, High Priestess. We've got the 10 of Pentacles. Wow. So I remember I said that these two cards are related to this. So when I'm talking to you about manifested security, using your gifts, or using a gift that's been given to you and growing it and expanding it, that is literally what is happening. We see that in the externally, and we feel that internally as well. There's a huge sense of security that you're feeling, that we're feeling in the month of December, which is beautiful. And not only do we feel that internally, but we see that by what happens on the outside. So as I said, for some of you, it might be like a financial windfall. A huge financial windfall that comes in unexpectedly, and that this is something that helps you to feel like, oh my God, it was worth it. The work that I've been doing this year, it's been worth it, because now look at me, I'm here. That's good. Hey, that bodes well for me. You know what that means, Cappy, don't you? Viral video, viral video. Now remember, whenever I say that on Cappy, it always happens. Whenever I say to you guys, this is going to be a viral, it always is a viral. Anyway, well, viral for me is like anything over 20,000. Anyway, so, High Priestess, 10 of Pentacles, the Hierophant. Wow, guys, this is a reading and a half. I cannot tell you how beautiful this energy is. Okay, so let's start with, remember, we're looking at divine feminine now. We're looking at our internal emotions, what's going on within us. This is the first, I've just noticed that as well. 333, that's a master number. That's a master builder number, actually. What that means is that we take the stuff that we have and we build it and we grow it. 333, with support of the universe. That's basically what 333 represents. So we have got that message like hammered home at every angle. We are so being supported. I mean, I feel it because obviously of the work that I do. We are really being supported by our angels, our the ascended masters, our guides, our spirit guides, whatever you believe, by God, by our, whatever your beliefs are when it comes to that esoteric, intuitive part of life, that psychic part of our life. We're definitely being supported by that externally, and you feel that support internally too. You feel it within you. Okay, the energy of the High Priestess is number 2, linked to our second chakra, actually, our sacral chakra, our soul, really, and that's the affirmation for that is I feel, I want. The High Priestess is our true conscious connection to our intuitive self, and our intuitive self is not some abstract concept. Now, For those of you that are not new to my channel, you'll notice that these are new on my channel, and I put them here because, you know, I always say I'm a Reiki master, and the full title is Reiki master and teacher. I am a teacher. That's my job. My job is to teach you and the world about spirituality, and spirituality is really engaging with the ultimate nature of reality. That's what it means to be woke, to engage with the ultimate nature of our reality. And what that means is, in a nutshell, I am more than body. So we are more than just flesh. The high priestess is the other side of life. It's all the other side of life and all the other parts that make up a person, a human, that makes us who we are. So yes, we have our physical body, but we also have our dreams, we also have our desires, we also have our perspective on things. These are all parts that make up, these are all things that make up our reality. And the high priestess is about engaging with those things. It's about becoming consciously aware of those things, both internally and externally. That sort of connection between our internal worlds and our external worlds, and that they are the same. The veil, this is a veil here with pomegranates on, you know, related to what's the god of the underworld, Persephone, yeah, you know, the myth of Persephone, and she eats a pomegranate, so she's stuck in the underworld forever and ever until, anyway, you know the story. And this is a veil, and it's a veil being lifted, and it's a veil between the physical world, so our physical selves, and our psychological selves, or psychic self, if you will. In the Tibetan Book of the Dead, it calls it, we are called, in a nutshell, psychophysical. So physical, you know, us, our bodies, and everything that we see and touch and around us and hear around us, and our psycho self is our psychological and psychic self, and this is the connection between the two. So we are really being able to engage consciously, a lot more consciously and a lot more solidly and really, you know, we're connecting a lot more solidly to our intuitive selves, which is a really beautiful, especially for someone like me doing what I do, it's a really beautiful way to be, and a message to have. But also, Capricorn, as you know, this year we're coming up to the 5th and final eclipse, which is going to be in Capricorn. It's going to be on the 23rd of December, and that's the 5th eclipse this year. Now, usually there's one eclipse. There's only one annual eclipse, okay? There's only one annual eclipse, and it's a solar eclipse, and it happens every year, and that's just because of it happens most years. It happens, you know, because of how the rotation of the planets. But this year we've had 5, so it's a very significant year. And Cancer and Capricorn have felt the brunt of it, but everyone's felt the effects of it. And it's about coming into awareness of our reality. It's about us waking up to the truth of what we feel, of what we experience. And it's really good to see that you're feeling the effects of it, even if you're not, I mean, you're watching this video, but you're feeling the effects of it, okay? Now, next, we've got the 10 of Pentacles. I mean, it's beautiful, isn't it? We've got the 10 of Pentacles, our energy, so we like it, manifested security, where we put our energy and effort in order to manifest, in order to create the security in life that we want, whether that be financially, whether that be the family, the house, the dog, the children, whatever it is you want in your life. This is manifested security, and this is feeling secure, you know, feeling blessed, feeling... And I think we feel blessed because we see the blessings. You know, we not only feel blessed, remember I said these 2 cards are linked to this, we not only feel blessed and feel as though the universe is like helping us out, and feel as though the angels are helping us out. We not only feel that, but we see it we see it manifested in our world. So if there's been a dream or something that you've wanted for many, many years even, it's as if you not only feel, oh my God, I'm getting that dream, you see that it's here, and you recognize, you can understand how the last year to, well, the last 3 years probably, you can very clearly understand and feel how the last 3 years has produced the blessing that you now have and receive in the month of December. There you go. That's the message. I hope that makes sense. That makes sense to me. That's clear. You know, I'm never that clear because I'm always like, because of all the energy. But I'm very clear with that 5, the Hierophant, Taurus's card. It does. If Capricorn and Taurus are in a relationship or dating, or you've been on the oust with a Taurus, Capricorn, just go and watch their video. Will you go watch that video now? Or if Taurus is your rising sign, moon sign, go watch that video, because actually there's a beautiful synergy between the two. Actually, they actually complement each other quite nicely. Anyway, I digress. Number 5 is the energy of change, and this, what I say about this energy in a nutshell is, you can live your truth or somebody else's. Now, I talk to you about the ultimate nature of reality. You've got your physical body, your physical self, and then you've got your psycho self. So, like, as I said, dreams and desires and feelings and emotions. That's your psycho self, or your psychological and psychic self, okay? Now, the Hierophant demands that you can live in just the physical world, or you can live in a world where you accept both physical aspects of self and the spiritual, emotional aspects of self. Which world do you want to live in? That's the message of the Hierophant. And actually, I know the answer, because we've got the Emperor, we've got the Hierophant, we've got these cards here. So we've got the commitment with the number 2 and the High Priestess. So it shows us and tells us that you are actually going to start to incorporate and trust your spiritual side, trust your intuitive side, trust your psychic self, in a way, if that makes sense, your emotional self. You're going to start to listen and respond to that. You feel and recognize the significance and the importance of it, because you recognize that it's this that's given you this manifested blessing in the month of December. You recognize, because I listened, because I struggled, because I went through the intensity, because I did that, I now see the blessings of that. Going forward, I'm going to continue to listen. I'm going to continue to respond to both aspects of myself, to all aspects of myself, to all aspects that make up my reality, which is beautiful. And then finally, we've got the Knight of Pentacles, which is actually a masculine energy. I mean, like this. It's the actions that we take. Masculines are about the actions that we take related to the sun, actions that we take, things that we do, experiences that we have. So this is you, because it's in this section, how you feel. This is you. This is the walk that you've been on. This is the journey that you've been on, the strain that it's taken, the effort that it's taken, the time that it's taken. The slowest moving energy is the Knight of Pentacles. Actually, again, related to our energies, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. And it's the work, the journey that you've been on to have the security that you now have, or to feel the security that comes towards you, that you're feeling in the month of December. This is you recognizing, basically what I've said, it's you recognizing that journey that you've been on. So for me, that's like me saying, for those people that follow, for those Capricorns that follow Key Wisdom Tarot and subscribe to Key Wisdom Tarot, you know how this year's been. And I've been like, right guys, I'm back. And then I'm like in bed again for 3 months. And then I'm like, right guys, I'm back. And then I'm in bed again for a month. And then I'm like, yeah. And that's what it's been for me. And I actually went to the doctors, and the doctors they were worried about me, because they said, Ruth, you're not eating, you're not sleeping well, you're obviously you're not working, and I went to the doctors because that's the practical thing to do, it's a practical thing to do, and we have the NHS just about still in this country, so I can go to the doctors. I went to the doctors, and it made me feel so sane to go to the doctors, because I'm saying to the doctor, listen, I understand that it seems unhealthy in a physical way to be in bed and to not go out or to not speak, but I know that this is where I should be. And I told them I'm a tarot reader, blah, blah, blah. I said, I understand that This is the energy that's necessary for me to learn and to gain the wisdom for me to move forward and continue moving forward in my path. This is that realization that you have also. The month of December is a very strong, powerful month, and it culminates, it wraps up the last, 3 years, but the last 9 years has been a cycle that we've been on, in all of us. And it's really a lot about you understanding that cycle, you understanding why it's been hard, why I've been challenged. And as I said, you get the blessings, the actual physical manifested blessings this year, and toward the end of the year. But you also recognize the significant journey emotionally and spiritually that you've been on. I'm proud. I'm proud of you, Cappy. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of me. I'm proud of us all. In fact, I'm proud of every single human being on the planet for making it through 2019, to be fair. But I am proud that we've walked the walk. We've continued to walk it, even though it's been difficult. And we get the blessing, and we realise that the work that we've done, and for me, the work has been stay in bed. Don't speak to people. Stay away from everyone. Listen. And that's what I've done. And I feel good about it. I know it's worked for me. So I hope you do too. And you will, and you should in the month of December. Okay. Last section. Stars. So where we are headed. Okay, so where this path has been leading us. January. End of December, January. Let's have a look. Ooh. Let's hope this theme continues of a beautiful reading. We've got the Queen of Cups. We've got the Five of Cups. We've got the Page of Pentacles. And we've got the Ace of Cups. Beautiful. We've got a lot of cups energy, as you can see. So that's ultimately, obviously, about our emotional world, our emotional self, our intuitive selves. And again, as I said, it's not an abstract construct. Your emotional body or your intuitive body is not abstract. It's real. It affects your balance. It affects your life. It affects the actions that you take. It affects your relationships. And so it's beautiful to see so much engagement with that part of ourselves, with that side of ourselves. It's so beautiful to see that engagement as we continue to move into January and as we move toward the end of this year and move into January. Queen of Cups, first of all. So queens, all the queens are divine feminines, and all the divine feminines are about what is within. What is beneath the surface, what's going on inside, what do I understand? That's what this energy represents. And because it's cups energy, it's emotionally. What have I learned emotionally? What are my feelings? And this is you actually paying attention and continuing to pay attention to how you feel, to how you respond emotionally and intuitively to situations. You recognize, because of this work, you recognize the significance of listening. I talk a lot about, for those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, I talk a lot about the Tibetan Book of the Dead and the the Tibetan translation, the direct translation of the Tibetan Book of the Dead. The title of it is Liberation by Hearing in the Intermediate States. Now, the intermediate states, this is one. So full consciousness, you're awake. That's one intermediate state. And when you're asleep and you dream, that's another intermediate state. When you meditate, that's anyway. Liberation by hearing, listening, awareness, acknowledgement, and acceptance of all aspects of your reality. That's what our lives are about, and that's what the queens are about. They're about the wisdom that is gained by listening, by accepting and acknowledging how we emotionally and intuitively respond to our experiences. And that's why it's such a beautiful energy, because we have such strength going forward. We then have the Five of Cups, again, change. Now, I did check out my Key Wisdom playlist. I did some conscious meditations this year. A conscious meditation is where basically you talk to yourself. Well, I talk to myself. I have an issue, a problem, a question that I can't answer, and you see it. You can watch them. You can watch them in my Key Wisdom playlist, the conscious meditations, and I talk about it. And one of the things that I realized this year was about this energy here, the Five of Cups. I realized that we are not, even though we can try and put effort and actively try to engage with how we feel and try to actively uncover what we're feeling, sometimes there are things, well, not sometimes, there are always things about ourselves that we do not know. And it's not because we're trying to avoid them, and it's not because we're not doing a good enough job in trying to uncover them. It's because it's not the time for us to know. And there was a question about worthiness. Am I worthy or something? I can't remember it, but check it out on the playlist. You'll find it. And I explain a lot about it, and it links directly to this energy. This is the energy of us being unaware sometimes of energy that we're carrying around with us. Now, the Eight of Cups, we walk away from emotional things. You know, it's like we know, okay, I feel down about that relationship, I feel down about that job, I feel annoyed about that, and we know we have these things, and then we can walk away from them and start toward that. But the five, sometimes there's a we don't know. It's hidden from us almost. It's almost hidden from our conscious mind, this thing that we're carrying around with us, this feeling of inadequacy, or whatever it is, whatever this is for you as an individual. So when we see this, it means that that's changing. It means that you're going to be made aware, as we move into January, we're going to be made aware of something that that maybe has been, that we have been holding on to, emotional baggage in a nutshell, an emotional baggage, or something that's emotionally difficult, or that we've been carrying around with us. We haven't been aware of it, but it has been affecting our emotional selves and our intuitive selves. And it shows us when we see the Five of Cups that we're going to come into that awareness, and we're going to be able to move on and change it. Number fives are about change. Number fives are related to our throat chakra, which is about our communication and our expression. And that is about our, like a light switch being turned on and light being poured in, and us being able to know something. And so this is what this energy represents. It's about coming into awareness about our emotions. So obviously links very nicely to that card here. You know, acceptance is important, isn't it? To be able to accept, acknowledge, and then we can move on to the next stage, which is the Six of Cups. Okay? So then we have the Page of Pentacles. Again, us, our energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy, Page of Pentacles. So this is, as we move forward, as you move forward, you're giving more of yourself. This is like the gift that I talked about here. This is like you offering that to the world. You know, you've been on a journey, a slow moving journey, but you now have a very clear understanding of where you want to put your energy in order to manifest the type of security that you need, want, desire in your life. You're willing to do it. You're willing to go there. You're willing to put yourself out there. Now, for me, I know, for me as an individual, actually, I'm like, yeah, this is actually perfect. It's like, makes absolute perfect sense to me and to my life and to where I'm going. I know this, where I'm going, obviously, because it's my life. And it's the same thing for you. Now, you are going to be giving. You're going to be more open with everyone in your life. You're going to be, not that you're closed off, but you, as I said, this last 3 years has taught you, this last year, yes, but this last 3 years has taught you a huge amount about what you need to feel good, what you need to feel happy, what you need to release, what you need, all this thing. And now you're giving that back to the world. You're offering that to the world. Now, for some people, what's coming towards you could be love, okay? Because this is what's coming towards you. This is the stars and where we're headed. And this is, for some people, this could be love. It could be a new relationship, going out there, getting a relationship. Do you know what? I am 37. I was speaking to my friend last night, and she, bless her, I don't know how she does it, to be fair. She's single and she dates. She's on Match.com and all that, stuff. And we were talking about, we were on the phone for ages actually, and we were talking, and she said, "What about you, Ruth? Have you been texting anybody? Have you been, are you dating? What are you doing?" I said, "Mate, I haven't. I said, to be honest, my head has not been in the game. I said, my head's been here. I've been doing this. I'm doing this at the moment, love. I've got to, And I said to her, I said, but even if, I know I'm 36, and I've been in house all year. I said, but even if I try to tell myself, even if I say in my mind, oh my God, like whatever, I'm going to end up on my own. I said, I just don't believe it. I said, it's just not, I just know that's what's going to happen. I said, it'll happen. I said, it will happen for me. It'll happen for you. I said, it's just not been the time. It's just not been the time. And sometimes you just have to get into that mind frame. You just have to understand it. And I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, to be fair, I thought at the beginning of the year that by December, I said where we are in January 2019 is going to be completely different to where we are in December 2019. We're going to be in completely different spaces. There's going to be, and if that means if you're single for a long time, you might be in a relationship. I mean, that's an example. And, really though, there is this boost, this new emotional beginning. That's what this energy represents. New love, yes, of self, new self-acceptance, new self-awareness, but also potentially for people as well, potentially for me, love another person, a relationship. And if that's what you want. And look, we've got this marriage card at the bottom here. Expect things have been slow this year in some ways, they felt slow in some ways. They've been at the exact right pace, but it can feel slow to us humans in our physical bodies when we don't take into account our emotional selves and our intuitive selves. It can feel very slow and laboured. But actually, it's been the right time. So that means that things will just fast forward next year. Things will just fast forward as of January, as of December. Anyway, things are going to fast forward. And we're going to be getting the things that we need and want and having the experiences that we want and making things happen. So there's, definitely for some people, for those people that want it, for those people that have been wanting it this year or telling themselves they've been wanting it, but really their legs have not taken them out. You even though you're like, yeah, I'm up for dating, you're like, I haven't even joined Tinder, or I haven't even bothered. Even though I say it in my head, I ain't been interested, man. Now is the time. So Capricorn, I mean, we've got this brand new emotional beginning. I mean, what a reading that is. I mean, wow. I mean, you can't make it up, can you really? I mean, that's beautiful. We start this month feeling secure, feeling happy, and having blessings as well, which is beautiful to have. And we end this month and we move into January with, yes, renewed focus on our emotions, recognizing the significance of listening to our intuition, but also having real manifested change in our lives when it comes to love of self, when it comes to love with other people or relationship with other people as well. So it's beautiful. Okay, I'm just going to refer to my notes here and just tell you what's coming up on my channel, my darlings. I just want to remind people to check out the sun, moon and rising signs as well, because it might give you additional understanding. And I think it will, especially with this format. This is why I love this new format that I've designed for you guys. It will give you a huge amount of understanding, hopefully. So check out your sun, moon and rising. I'm going to be doing astrology videos, a few. First of all, I'm going to be doing the December astrology, to break down your December astrology, the key astrology events in December, including the eclipse. I'm also going to be doing a breakdown of 2019, so we'll be looking back at the major events of 2019 and how that's affected us, what we should have learned because of the eclipses, because of the astrology, because of the Mercury retrogrades as well. And I'm also going to be doing an astrology video about 2020, okay? Because and I should have done the 2019 in January, because in January I wrote on a post, which is hilarious now. I wrote on my Instagram, for those people that follow Key Wisdom Tarot on Instagram and on Facebook, I wrote on that post back in January, the 5 eclipses suggest very clearly extreme weather and also political upsets. Governments have been overturned, I said. And then I put in brackets, though I'm not making any predictions about that, because I don't like to talk about politics generally. I feel forced to talk about it, though, because every time, when they announced the election in the UK, obviously it's coming up in a couple of weeks, and of course I'll be voting. When they announced the election, I was like, oh my gosh, like I literally said at the beginning of the year, just looking at the astrology, there's going to be a huge emotional upset. And I'll also tell you this as well to my American viewers, of which there are many. I was really worried about Trump. Now listen, I don't talk about politics, yeah. I'm a person, and I love all people. And it's my job to help all people. Okay, and I was having really, really very scary, not visions, but things that kept coming into my head about President Trump, basically, and I was very afraid that something terrible would happen to him. You know, bad, fatal, shall we say, was going to happen. And obviously now I'm hoping that it. I say just the impeachment, you know, because he, you know, I think now that that's what it was. I think it was just the impeachment. I say just, it's a big deal, isn't it, to be, you know, this thing that's going on, even though I don't know what's going on with him. But yeah, emotional upheaval, emotional upset. So I'm going to do the 2020 astrology this month, in December. So you guys can see that in preparation for next year. So you can sort of have an idea of kind of what's to come and what this year means and what next year means, etc. So if you have not already, if you do not already, please subscribe by clicking my head somewhere down there. Please subscribe to my channel and click the bell, the notification bell, so that when I upload the videos, the astrology and the extra little videos, you can get notifications to your mobile phone, to your email, to tell you that I've uploaded. Guys, I want to just say thank you so much for your love and for your support, Capricorn. You've been amazing. You know, what a year it's been, I know, but what an amazing platform I have, and what an amazing community that we have here, that we've created here. You know, us Cappies, I mean, I love it. We stick together, and I love that. So thank you so much for your love and for your support, Capricorn. And everyone, you know, you don't just have to be a Capricorn. You know, we've created this beautiful community here on Key Wisdom Tarot, and long may it continue. And have a wonderful Christmas. Enjoy the holiday season, and I'll see you all again very, very soon with your brand new readings. Okay, take care, my darlings. Bye.